She exposed $87,000 in fraud at her company. They caught the thief, fired him quietly. And then they destroyed her life instead. This is what happens when doing the right thing costs you everything. If you've ever been punished for telling the truth, you need to hear Anna's story, because what happened next, nobody saw coming. Let's get into it. Anna worked at a marketing company. Normal job, decent people. She'd been there for 7 years. Everyone liked her. She was the reliable person, the honest one. One day she was checking some financial reports for a client presentation. Something didn't look right. Numbers that should match didn't match. She checked again and again. Turns out her manager, David, was stealing money from the company. Not a little bit. We're talking $87,000 over 18 months. He was creating fake invoices for vendors that didn't exist, lying about business expenses, pocketing the difference, just stealing. Now here's the problem. The company was already in trouble. They just laid off 20% of their staff. Everyone was worried about losing their jobs. The mood in the office was tense, and Anna just discovered this huge fraud. She couldn't sleep. She'd lie awake at 2 a.m. thinking, should I say something? What if I'm wrong? What if this makes everything worse? What if they fire everyone because of this? But she also thought, what if I stay quiet and the company goes under because of this fraud? What if more people lose their jobs because I didn't speak up? She couldn't ignore it. Once you know something like that, you can't unknow it. Before she did anything, Anna talked to one person. Her mentor at the company, James, someone she'd worked with for 5 years, someone she trusted. She showed him the documents. You know what he said? Anna, if you report this, your career here is over. They won't fire you. They can't. But they'll make your life so miserable that you'll quit. Is that really worth it? Anna went home. She thought about it for 3 days. Her husband said, do whatever you think is right. I support you either way. On the 3rd day, Anna walked into HR and reported everything. She brought the documents. She showed them the pattern, the fake invoices, the missing money. She thought she was protecting the company. She had no idea what was coming. Anna thought people would thank her. She thought the company would protect her. She thought she did the right thing. Wrong. Everything got worse. Within a week, people stopped talking to her. The company started investigating, but they kept everything secret. Nobody knew exactly what was happening, but somehow, through whispers, through side glances, everyone figured out that Anna was the one who reported it, and people turned on her. Her best friend at work, Sarah, stopped having lunch with her. No explanation, just stopped. Anna would walk into the break room, and people would suddenly remember they had a meeting. They'd grab their coffee and leave, like she had a disease or something. One guy, Marcus, someone Anna had personally trained when he first joined the company, walked right past her in the hallway one morning. Anna said, "Hey, Marcus, how's that project going?" He looked down at his phone and kept walking, like she didn't exist. That hurt more than anything. Here's what Anna learned. Even when you're right, people will hate you for it. Why? Because you made them uncomfortable. You reminded them that they stayed quiet. You disrupted their comfortable little world where nobody rocks the boat. And people hate that. The company eventually admitted David was stealing. They fired him quietly. No company-wide announcement. No apology to the team for the breach of trust. Just gone one day. Anna was right about everything. But did she get thanked? Nope. Did she get protected? Nope. Did anyone acknowledge what she did? Nope. 3 months later, promotions were announced. Anna had been up for a senior role. Everyone knew she was the most qualified. She'd been doing the job already for a year without the title. They gave it to someone else, a guy with 2 years less experience who hadn't even been involved in the investigation. Anna went to her boss's office. "I don't understand. I thought I was being considered for that position." Her boss barely looked up from his computer. "We need team players right now, Anna. People who can work together without creating issues. You cause problems, so we're punishing you." Anna started hating her job. Every morning she'd sit in her car in the parking lot. trying to build up the courage to walk inside. Every meeting felt like everyone was judging her. She stopped speaking up, stopped sharing ideas, stopped trying to be friends with anyone. She was completely alone. Her husband tried to help, but even he didn't really get it. He'd say, "Just ignore it. It'll blow over eventually." But it didn't blow over. It got worse. Late at night, Anna would lie awake thinking, "Did I make a huge mistake? Should I have just kept my mouth shut? Was destroying my career worth $87,000 that wasn't even my money?" She started wondering, "Am I the problem? Is something wrong with me?" That's the worst part. When everyone treats you like you're wrong, you start believing it, even when you know you were right. 6 months after she reported the fraud, Anna was sitting in her car after work. She'd started doing this, just sitting in the parking lot for 15 minutes before going home, building up the energy to face another day tomorrow. She flipped down the sun visor, looked at herself in the small mirror, dark circles under her eyes from months of bad sleep. Hair she hadn't bothered to fix that morning. Shoulders slumped forward like she was carrying weight she couldn't put down. She barely recognized herself. And that's when something clicked. She realized she'd been waiting for someone at work to tell her she did the right thing, waiting for the company to apologize, waiting for people to see her side of the story, waiting for things to go back to normal. But that wasn't going to happen. She could wait 5 more years, and it still wouldn't happen. These people had decided who she was, and nothing she did would change their minds. So she asked herself, what if I stop waiting for them? What if their opinion just doesn't matter anymore? She couldn't control how they treated her. She could only control herself. And right there, in her car, in that parking lot, Anna made a decision. She wasn't going to regret telling the truth. She wasn't going to let these people rewrite her story. She wasn't going to spend one more day shrinking herself to make them comfortable. She knew who she was, and that had to be enough. Anna gave herself 3 months to find something else. She started looking for new jobs, updated her LinkedIn, reached out to old contacts, and she started taking some small freelance projects on the side, helping other small companies check their finances, set up better systems. Nothing big. Just enough to feel like she was building something, and something interesting started happening. One of her freelance clients, a small tech startup, asked her, "Why are you doing freelance work? Don't you have a full-time job?" Anna hesitated. Then she told him everything. The fraud, the report, how the company treated her afterwards. The guy just looked at her and said, "That's exactly the kind of person I want on my team. Someone who does the right thing even when it costs them something. Can I hire you full-time?" 2 weeks later, Anna quit her job. No big speech, no dramatic exit. She just turned in her resignation and walked out. The first few months were scary. No steady paycheck, no health insurance for a bit, no safety net. Some months money was really tight, but then something amazing started happening. More people wanted to hire her, specifically because she was honest. One client told her, "We've been burned by people who tell us what we want to hear. We need someone who'll tell us what we need to hear." Another one said, "My last consultant lied to me for 6 months about a problem. Cost me $50,000. I'm hiring you because I know you won't do that." Word got around in her industry. If you want someone who'll shoot straight with you, even when it's uncomfortable, hire Anna. Within 1 year, she had 15 clients, including 2 Fortune 500 companies. Within 18 months, she was making 40% more than her old salary. She hired her first employee, then her second, then her third. She started speaking at conferences about financial ethics and corporate transparency. People would come up to her afterwards with tears in their eyes saying, "I did the same thing you did. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was the only one." 3 years after she left that company, Anna got a LinkedIn message. It was from Sarah. Remember Sarah, the friend who stopped talking to her? The message said, "I think about what happened all the time. I was a coward. You were brave. I should have supported you. I'm sorry." Anna wrote back, "I appreciate that. I'm doing great now. I hope you are too." And she meant it, because she wasn't angry anymore. She'd moved on. Anna didn't succeed. Despite what happened, she succeeded because of it. Getting pushed out forced her to build something better. It taught her that she didn't need their approval. It showed her that people who punish honesty aren't worth keeping around. And it proved that doing the right thing, even when it costs you everything, eventually leads you exactly where you're supposed to be. So here's what I want you to remember. Doing the right thing doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it costs you everything. Your job, your friends, your reputation, your peace of mind. People might hate you for it. You might lose opportunities. You might spend months, maybe years, wondering if you made a mistake. But here's the truth. You don't do the right thing because you'll get rewarded. You do it because of who you want to be. And yeah, sometimes that sucks. Sometimes you will be punished for being honest. Sometimes people will treat you like the villain just because you wouldn't lie for them. But eventually, maybe not today, maybe not this year, but eventually, you'll end up around people who value the same things you do. You'll build a life where you don't have to pretend. You'll look back and realize that losing those people was actually the best thing that could have happened, because it made space for something real. Anna lost a job, but she found herself. She lost fake friends, but she built a business with real values. She lost security, but she gained freedom, and she'd do it again. So let me ask you, have you ever done the right thing and been punished for it? Have you ever told the truth and watched people turn on you? Have you ever wondered if integrity is worth the cost? Tell your story in the comments, not just for me, but because someone else going through this right now needs to know they're not alone. They need to know that doing the right thing, even when it destroys everything, is still worth it. And if this story hit you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real talk about life, integrity, and doing what's right even when it's hard. Yours is built when no one's clapping for you. Remember that. See you next time.